and they're gone with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well, hear this now. Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go. It come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on side. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go to a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change, and thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago, coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Remember, you are viewing the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. And remember, you can interact with me by calling 238-6716. It's a live program. It's a telephone number. We can talk. We are live on Synergy Network from Monday to Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and I rerun the next day from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So viewers, remember, we are also on the social media platform, Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook. We are also on YouTube. TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. So viewers, share our live stream. You know, every night I encourage you to do that so we can remain the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. Now I'm going to tell you something. I don't want to talk about how much people viewing our program because we are the #1. We got that from the Media Association in Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? So our program remains #1 current affairs program. There are lots of different programs in Trinidad and Tobago. They have their first and second spots. But remember, current affairs is what we deal with. We'll talk with Saieed Ali from 7 to 8 p.m. Synergy Television, Monday to Friday. We deal with the issue. Another reminder, I'm a licensed money lender. You're looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. As long as you have some form of security, collateral, house, land, car, gold, vehicle, it's not a problem. We can do business. Our numbers are on screen, viewers. Remember that. You can also join the Real Talk Credit Union information, viewers. Be a member of our credit union in Trinidad and Tobago. We are growing. Very soon we'll become the #1. Why? Because of fixed deposits. Remember, Real Talk is offering 4%. And I love to tell people, viewers, now 4% on $100,000, the interest on that is $4,000 for 12 months. Right? Now we're signing a 5-year contract. So at the end of 5 years, at 4% per year, it's $20,000 and $100,000. Nowhere in Trinidad and Tobago you are getting that kind of how to say, rewarding on your hard-earned cash. Nowhere in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm a licensed money lender. I lend in money. I know how to make money. I'm an accountant. I keep telling you that. So financial advice, I can give you that. How to invest in our business, I could also tell you that. So viewers, call your banker, call your credit union, call whatever financial institution you have your little cash in and ask them what is the interest rate on fixed deposit. And they're going to tell you. At Real Talk, it's 4% on $100,000 per year. Now, the more money you put in is the more interest you get. Remember that. There's no joke about that, viewers. It's not no scheme. Everybody know I'm a licensed money lender. We have Real Talk Credit Union information going on. You understand? And then Real Talk Group of Companies are a big company. We are into real estate. We are into buying and selling vehicles. We're into financing. We're into equipment rental. We're into executive rental. And our finance department, let me tell you something. Top of the line. In 24 hours, there's money in your hand as long as they meet all our criteria. Remember, if you don't pay, your paycheck address will go up on television as a bad payer. And everybody in Trinidad got to know that, hey, you're owing side money. If you like shame, you could go ahead and don't pay. Nothing wrong with that. So while we're talking about don't pay, you know, we have some friends that we offer a little reward too. But at 7:15, we're going to go to that. So, updates in Trinidad and Tobago via Real Talk. Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela have signed an inter-institutional agreement for the joint production of gas from the Dragon Field. A deal that has been in the works since 2018. A tweet from Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro announced the signing of the historic deal, saying the signing of the agreement was a message of peace, solidarity, and shared. That could be interest rate too, you know. But nevertheless, viewers, the agreement would allow for the installation of pipeline in the Venezuelan water to produce gas in a joint venture between the two countries. The deal was signed by T&T's Energy Minister Stuart Young and Venezuelan Minister of Popular Power for Petroleum and President of the Petroli de Venezuela. Pedro is his name. The Dragon deal was first made between two countries in 2018, which was a pipeline from Venezuela water to Trinidad and Tobago had an estimate cost of $1 billion US. Last year, T&T applied for the rights to exempt or to be exempted from the US sanction placed on Venezuela. However, a requirement of the deal, T&T was not allowed to provide cash payment to the Venezuelan government, state-owned enterprise. So I was wondering, how are we going to pay them? In food, in gold, in assets, in what? This is some of the details that needs to be exposed to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Vaccine vegan. Saeed, I will talk about that dragon deal after, but the first thing I want to do, I want to offer my condolences to those 5 persons, the family of the 5 persons who was massacred in Arima Heights, right? You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Dole Chedi. It appears that Dole Chedi is wrong again because there are similarities in it. What the police has not done and what Euler has done is relegated to not a major issue. The police supposed to have gotten the army, and we should have had a dragnet to go after the perpetrators of that heinous crime. I could remember the Pandey administration, the Dolce thing happened under Manin, but is the Pandey administration prosecute Dolce within 5 years. I want the same thing to see if this government have the testicular fortitude, have the will, and have the competence to bring them perpetrator to be hung in Trinidad and Tobago. That is what Pandey did, because the crime is going out of hand. Because I can't understand how the police did not immediately call out the troops. If Gary was there, there would be a manhunt. I will talk next time about the dragon deal. I go on. I'm very, very annoyed of the way. I ain't hear nothing from Fitzy. It look like he's sleeping. You understand? I go and have a nice evening.
Thank you, my friend. So, concerning that, viewers, a shooting in Arima early this morning led to the death of 3 children and a 19-year-old woman. Police said 10-year-old Faith, 17-year-old Shane, Ariana, 14 years, and Tiffany, 19, were at home on Gravel Road, La Retreat Extension Heights of Guanapojo. Now, around 12:25 a.m., one relative heard several gunshots. On check-in, they saw the 3 children and the 19-year-old relative bleeding from gunshot wounds. Officers of the Northern Division Task Force and an ambulance took them to the hospital where they were declared dead. 5 other persons were also wounded in the attack. Police from Special Evidence Recovery Unit visited the scene and found 7 spent 9mm shell, 13 spent 7.62 shell, and 33 spent 5.56 shell, a live 9mm shell with TTPS markings, and a live round of 5.56 shell were found. Police from Homicide Bureau of Investigation Region 2 are continuing the investigations and inquiry. It's a sad thing, but how did TTPS bullet end up there? It's very, very sad. So Trinidad and Tobago, a deal have been struck, signing of documents, and what we would love to see is how Trinidad and Tobago is going to pay Venezuela. What are they using? Are they using provisions? Are they using groceries? Are they using what? Livestock? Are they using clothes? Haberdasheries? What is the government of Trinidad and Tobago using to pay for this gas if we cannot pay Venezuela in cash? What are they going to pay? 2386716. We want to hear from you. Moving along. As several organizations and agencies wait anxiously to hear what goodies will be delivered in the October 2nd budget, both the Estate Police Association and the Trinidad and Tobago Police Social and Welfare Association are hoping it will be favored by their members. Police Association head ASP Gideon Dixon stated that officers have a wish list they want to fulfill. Among them are payments for outstanding matters such as negotiating salaries for the period 2014 to 2019. The settlement of all incremental benefits to officers and gratuity payment to all officers who working during the COVID-19. Imagine they may get paid for that yet, eh? They may get paid for that yet. Turning his attention to retired officer, Dixon renewed the call for medical insurance for serving and retired officers, improved working condition, and the provision and physical resources. What did the Minister of National Security said? He was there to provide. Let's wait and see what's coming out in this budget. Richardson stated that they have been asking for the past 4 or 5 years for the government to consider taking off tax and duty on bulletproof vests. So how come Stuart Young didn't give TTPS bulletproof vests? Stuarty, that is something you could have donated. Bulletproof vests to TTPS. We're still waiting on the story behind the firearm, you know. And I know a lot of countries has been talking about that because I have been getting calls from outside Trinidad and Tobago, ministers also, AGs, consulates. Saieed, but how it is that Shotong could donate 1 gun to TTPS? What is the purpose behind that? I said, well, boy, to tell you the truth, like Stuart, he carrying that to the grave. He want to tell the public nothing. So which means there's something in the mortar beside the pestle. You know, a lot of people have a saying like that. Something in the mortar beside the pestle. Richardson also said they are hoping for an increase in the minimum wage. Currently stands at $17.50 per hour. $17.50 they get it. Call a good night.
Good night, Saieed. This government is like Tom and Jerry. I mean, I said that jokers. No, you go in Venezuela now to trade in Venezuela when you were sanctioned by the US government.
Yes.
You should be doing no trade in Venezuela. Where you get money to pay them?
That is it. That's the problem. I mean, how are we going to pay them?
That's right. Look at the crime in the country. No, you have Carrera, you have Sandapi Island, you have Nelson Island. Put these blasted criminals on them there to stay. And put both along the island and let the Coast Guard patrol them and keep them backside there. They don't belong to this beautiful land we have here. So you have place to put them to punish them.
Yes.
Don't have them in society. You understand?
I understand.
Where Ella said, well, the president saying yesterday, let the older people, the pensioner and those who are old, try to nature the young one. You know how disrespectfully young people are old people?
Why?
She don't know that.
Thank
Where
you.
I going to? I have the church here. I have a church in my yard here. Yeah, and so the only time you see a young tier to bring the children is when I'm giving out grocery or when I'm giving out things for the food supply.
Yes.
But they will keep the children, carry them to fed, carry them in the beach, carry them calypso, carry them all kind of thing. They don't want the children to go the right way. Children don't make example more than precept, you know.
Yes, correct.
You understand? So if you're a grandparent and you're showing your child a good example, then your child will go the right way. But if you is a grandparent and they're going 25 or 30 years, so the grandparents are very young, you know.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay.
So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but before we go for that break, we're going to highlight Friends of Real Talk. We're going to name them Friends of Real Talk. So, Saieed, check out my company, we are offering $10,000 for each vehicle that you are about to see on television. Now, if you find the owners, you will find the vehicle. First, we have Vinud. Vinud, the last known address is apartment 4, Light Pole 76, John Street, Chaguanas in Montrose. That is Vinud, and that is his vehicle. You find Vinud, you find the vehicle. Secondly, we have Narissa Mohammed. This is Narissa. Her last known address was P.O. Box 56, Pajri Extension Road in Tunapuna. So you find Narissa, you find this car. PDZ 8917, it's a red Toyota. $10,000 is being offered for this. Thirdly, we have Raquel Bain Cezano of Light Pole 3, Solomon Street in Mayaro. You find her, you find this vehicle. So $10,000 from Saieed and Real Talk to the entire population of Trinidad and Tobago. Once you find these vehicles for me, bring them to my company with a police or a bailiff, and you're getting $10,000. $10,000. So we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to hear Stakeholders' eye fuel price after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. Real Talk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Real Talk Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. With Finance Minister Colin Mimbo set to deliver the 2024 budget, there are already concerns about the adjustment to fuel price. Some stakeholders are warning that an increase could have a domino effect on several industries. President of the Petroleum Dealers Association, Robin stated that consultation with stakeholders are critical before or because of the potential impact of rising fuel costs on citizens' pocket. At a post-budget media briefing last year, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley urged citizens to rethink how they consume fuel. You see, I will tell you something. The Prime Minister, together with all the ministries who obtain vehicles that taxpayers pay for their fuel, they know how to take it out from their pocket, you know. 7 days a week. 7 days a week, they are using government vehicle. The government have to foot the bill. Right? The Ministry of Finance have to foot the bill. And we, the citizens of our country, we are to contribute tax to foot that bill. I want to let you understand something in the Trinidad and Tobago. All you're paying taxes, but are you getting the service that you're supposed to get from the ministers and them? Or you rather just lay back and let them do what they want, while you get 6,000 a month or 5,000 a month, and every time they increase, you have to cut down on buying something. Is that fair to you? That is why in France last year, when they raised the gas price by 10 cents, France almost got burned down. You know why? Because the citizens understand that if you're spending $1 per day in gas, and you're working for $2 per day, and your expense is 75 cents, you're saving 25 cents on that dollar. Now, when you had to cut that 10 cents from that 10 cents from that 25 cents, you're going to end up with short. And that is what took place in France. The citizens stood up. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Park up your vehicle? Continue paying a loan with your vehicle parked up? No, that is ridiculousness. It is ridiculousness. So now, Mr. Robin also asking for an update on plans for the petroleum sector announcement by Input in previous budget presentation, including the sale of NP gas stations. Meanwhile, President of All Trinidad Fisher Folks Association, Curtis Douglas, added that he hoped the finance minister would revise a fuel rebate for fishermen. He said it will go a long way in ensuring the country's food security is not compromised. Now I can tell you something. Douglas have a good point. But the thing is, if we pay taxes and we can't get back our annual return in cash, you think they're going to help the fisher folks? No, they're not going to help the fisher folks. What are they going to get? I pay tax for my company. My annual return, when I'm supposed to be getting cash, they want to give me bond? When do I have access to the bond? 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? I can't grow my business like that. No, it would not grow. It would not grow. So keep that into consideration. So viewers, there's a house I have for sale. It is in Homeland Garden. The price is $2.4 million. It's a 2-story house. It's very beautiful. You see that jacuzzi and everything, you know. Nice living room. It's a beautiful house. So if you're interested in buying a 2-story house in Homeland Garden in Cunupia, you can contact me at 339-1670. Or any one of our office numbers, 238-6716, 242-7690. It's a beautiful house, viewers. It's a beautiful, beautiful house. So those of you who getting married, those of you who looking for a house on the market, you know, you want a fresh start in a nice, quiet, well-organized community, very safe, Homeland Garden in Cunupia. This is a beautiful house for you, or if you're now married, you know, it's a beautiful house. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. $2.4 million. Call me 339-1670 for viewing. So as we continue, shortage of foreign exchange. That issue we have. Conrad Inel said, oh, he don't know what Jack they were talking about. Republic Bank cut spending. They cut half of his spending on credit card. So I want to know where Enel get his information now. I wonder if Enel feeling ashamed now after he telling Jagdeo, which I heard the video, he don't know where Jagdeo get his information from. So I would like Conrad Enel now, right, to come out and make a statement now about Republic Bank cutting US currency on credit card. Imbert said, too many online purchases. Too many. We citizens who have credit card, follow 1,000 US for the month, Imbert said that's too much money on us spending. It crippling the little US we have in Trinidad. Really, Imbert? Who have access to thousands or hundreds of thousands of US? Not the small man. Not the small man. I could tell you that. As a businessman, and I did have to pay $8 sometime. I'm telling you. So, Imbert, you know they have this glue they call Gorilla Glue, I think, selling? Stick it on your lip and close it. I started telling you that on national television. And the more you come out and make foolish statement, is the more I will tell you to zip your mouth. Because you're talking nonsense. You're an accountant, I'm an accountant also. You serving the people, I'm a service to the people also. So don't come around me with your nonsense. So here it is. Small and medium size enterprise have expressed concerns over the potential challenges to meeting their import needs due to the insufficient stocks of foreign exchange following Republic Bank Limited reduction of customer credit card limit by 5,000 euros. Remember, if you had 10,000, they cut it down to 5,000. Last Friday, RBL customer expressed shocked over the move, which the company stated will take effect from September 21st in an email notice. Small and medium-sized business owners stated that navigating the uncertain waters in their day-to-day operation was now a troubling prospect. And the supply disruption now seems to be inevitable. So, viewers, like I said again, small business, when they cannot get access to US to pay suppliers, what are they going to do? Now, I'm going to tell you something. When you downsize your business, you also downsize workers, you know. Understand what I'm saying? If you have 5 workers or 10 workers, with this effect coming into place on the 21st of September, you're going to cut from 10 workers to 5 workers because you won't be able to maintain 5 workers again. Just by that cutting. Business owner Ramona George noted that reduction in the credit card limit cuts, particularly deep and small business owners, as it will make some constraint upon the smaller and medium business. George said among immediate challenges would display in delivery schedule, which would leave customers disgruntled and force business owners to dig deeper into their pockets just to fuel supply. Also contacted for comments, he added, Supermarket Association Rajiv Dipti stated that this membership remained very alert to the impact of foreign exchange adjustment by local banks. Hopefully we're going to try to get Rajiv Dipti and see if he can comment on it tonight or tomorrow. So viewers, we're going to try to get Dipti. Unexpected, but hope he takes our call if he's available. If not, we're gonna try for tomorrow night. But I want to hear what he has to say, because the Supermarket Association in Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something, they need hundreds of millions of US dollars. Caller, good night. Hello?
Yeah, Prem here, where are we going?
Prem, here what to do. Hang up and call back.
Alright, okay.
Too much distorted we get from Prem. So viewers, US currency shortage in Trinidad and Tobago let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Just now, Trinidad and Tobago will be like Venezuela, you know. Take what I'm telling all you. Take what I'm telling all you. You know, I remember chicken curry chicken. So, I want to say a special good night to the Trinidad Night Riders. I believe Sunday coming is their final. So we just want to congratulate them on their winning last night in Guyana. So to the TKR crew from Real Talk, congratulations. I hope Trinidadians in Guyana didn't fall under the licks, sharing, passing, or the abuse of the game after the effects. I hope no Trinidadian were injured in any battle in Guyana concerning the winning of the game. So as we move on, viewers, Opposition Leader Kamala Prasad-Bisesa is calling on the government to remove the 7% online tax purchase as a tangible measures to ease the enormous cost of living and assist small and medium-sized business in the procurement of essential supplies for their operation. So Trinidad and Tobago, we have a severe shortage of US in our country. The Prime Minister would say, no, we don't have that. The Minister of Finance would say, we don't have that. But you know who will feel it? The medium and small-sized business owners in Trinidad and Tobago. I would feel it. I would feel it because I need US. And sometimes I just pay $8 for a US. Just to conduct business. My mama likes me to lend, you know, so I believe I could lend US too, you know. Hey, let me tell you something. I have some business coming on stream there. I like a ball, you know. I like a ball. She said, Kamala said, the finance minister's statement that there has been an explosion in online shopping over the last several years suggested that the government is considering increasing the online tax as high-handed and, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So from 7% presently, they might increase it to 14%, who knows? We're just going to have to wait and see what is taking place. I will tell you something, viewers. The opposition in Trinidad and Tobago, they need to step up their game now. Because I will tell you something, things are getting too tight. Hardship is becoming harder and harder each day. Each day it is getting harder and harder. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, good night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
It's Saieed here?
Yes.
Saieed only talking, and no action. I don't understand you any.
Hey, partner, let me tell you something. All your horses riding. Firstly, this program is not Crime Watch. I want you to understand that. Ian does his thing concerning crime. I want you to understand that. I do my thing by highlighting the issues. Ian deals with crime. Robbery, murder, all them things. He deals with that. That is his program. Saieed and Real Talk, we deal with the issues. The box train, the road, electricity, water, high food price, cost of living, vehicle maintenance, government wasting money, ministries not functioning, school not functioning, hospital not proper, police can't get money on time, Coast Guard they have equipments. These are the things we deal with, issues. That is what we deal with. Just for correction. I'm letting you know that. So don't feel like getting bashed. I'm just explaining what this program is about. We have our Wednesday night program, Public Concerns Night. That night is dedicated to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, where you're sending an email of the bad road, the bridges, the protests. You're sending that email or a video to Real Public Concerns, and on a Wednesday night we highlight it. This is the only program you could call it and say, Saieed, 2 months now me again no water. This is the only program you can call it and say, Saieed, we have a protest in the school tomorrow. This is the only program does it. So I just want to highlight the issues that we deal with. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead, you're live, my friend.
Yeah, man. I just, watching your show for a long while, and some of the topics you're dealing with there with reference to the tax refund. It appears as though the ministers and the people who are in charge don't understand that money has to be recycled, and once you're holding back the refunds, things can't happen in the country. You're cutting back the economy, and it have the attitude with these leaders here is that a kind of a don't care attitude. Wherever how it hangs, so it swings. And nobody is taking exactly charge as to what's taking care. There's nobody held responsible. You have somebody who is in charge of the national security. Then nobody could call on him and find out something. You call, they can't find out. Somebody who's in charge of the international security, which is the Prime Minister, who is in charge of the whole security of the country, he now write a letter to the opposition trying to find out what he could do to solve the problem. You there 8 years, before you was in opposition, you had so much ideas. Now we have no more ideas. You're talking about the opposition. Now the opposition, I believe the opposition, as you say, need to bring up their game, They really, really have to bring up their game, because if they continue hanging how it's swinging, it ain't going to happen. Now, the foreign exchange, when you read all the newspaper that's taking place right now, all the information for the Trinidad Tobago Gazette, plus all the other international countries that giving money to Trinidad to do whatever it is, there's a lot of foreign exchange running through this country, so I cannot understand why the minister is saying we have a shortage. We don't have a shortage. It's where they're distributing the foreign exchange. Read the Trinidad Tobago Gazette, you go find it. And we're also talking about the things that I'm real concerned about the property tax, because if this is how they're spending their own, when I say the taxpayers' money, you could imagine when property tax come, what will happen? True. You believe all their potholes go full out them? Right now they have a company in charge of the roads to full up the potholes. And if you see how they're filling up them potholes, they just throw in the thing, and from the time one truck passes on it, dies it. It's a bigger pothole. So it really gets in trouble. And I think they really have to bring up the thing. And my personal thing is that we have to have new blood. I don't know how we go get it Saieed, but we have to have new blood in the organization to get things going. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. And thank you for highlighting everything also in the country. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break. But before we go for that, friends of Real Talk, we must highlight them. Vinod Dipchan, apartment 4, Light Pole 76, John Street, Chaguanas, Montrose, last known address, viewers. $10,000 is being offered for this vehicle. You find Dipchan, you find the vehicle, you bring it to Real Talk, you get your 10,000. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Narissa Mohammed, P.O. Box 56, Pages Extension in Tunapuna. $10,000 is being offered for this car. You find Narissa, you find the car, you bring it to Real Talk, it's $10,000 you're getting. Raquel Bain Sozano, Lot 3, Solomon Street, Maya Row. You find Raquel, you find this vehicle. $10,000 is being rewarded from Saieed to you, the individual who bring this car. You bring it with our police, you bring it with our bailiff, not a problem. $10,000 for you. So we're going for a short commercial break, viewers. But when we come back, we're going to hear the PM. Government aim to ease cost of living. Let's see how that goes after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. Real Talk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Real Talk Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. So remember, viewers, it is my duty to remind you that we are paying you 4% on investment. Cost of living are going up in Trinidad. Expensive. It is expensive now to live in a country where it was once the Dubai of the Caribbean. It is very expensive now to live in Trinidad and Tobago. So you have your cash put on in your bank and you're wondering what investment to make. Well, let me advise you. I've been around for 5 years on television. I'm a licensed money lender in Trinidad and Tobago. We have Real Talk Credit Union and information. We have Real Talk Finance and Investment. We have a finance company in Trinidad and Tobago, right? And you want to make a sound investment? You want a higher reward for your hard-earned cash? Well, our numbers on screen, viewers. Contact these numbers, set up an appointment, come in, tell him you want to talk to Saeed or you want to talk to a member of our staff. We don't give much information over the phone. So you need to come into the office at number 14 Carolina Savannah Road in Shogunas or at 132 Cipero Road, Victoria Village in San Fernando. Inquire about our 4% on investment. Gain a higher reward for the little you have. I will show you how to multiply that. Imagine at the end of 5 years, at 4% per year, it's $20,000. $20,000 in bills for 5 years. At the end of 5 years, $20,000 is like it's going back into your pocket. Imagine that. Imagine that. $20,000 for 5 years. An internet bill, in telephone bill, in WhatsApp bill. At the end of 5 years, that $20,000 going back into your pocket. So it's like the investment you make for 12 months, which is $4,000 interest on $100,000. That money is going back into your pocket. Why am I saying that? Every 3 months or 4 months, you're paying a WhatsApp bill or a TNTech bill or an internet bill every month, a phone bill. But at the end of the year, the money coming back in your pocket, you know why? Because of the saving that you have set aside. The interest on that comes back into your pocket. So technically, you ain't lost nothing. You ain't lost nothing. You gain. And that is what you do. Where you getting? Higher interest, higher reward, right here at Real Talk. Remember that, viewers. Remember that. We're a finance company and we finance. So while saying that, I'm looking for 2 records to buy, 2 or 3 records to buy. I'm also looking for a cruise liner boat to buy. My comfort, you know. My comfort. You know, everybody have their thing. So, anybody know anybody who have 2 records? We're looking to purchase 2 records and I'm also looking for a boat to buy. Remember that. So, as we continue our program tonight, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley have stated that they are considering or consideration of increasing the minimum wage to assist citizens in the lower income bracket, struggling with the increasing cost of living. However, he said that an increase can have the unwanted effects of increasing inflation. The minimum wage is $17.50, and Finance Minister Clem Imbert previously said an increase was being looked at. All well and good. All well and good. But you have to know how you're balancing the scale. When fuel price go up, everything went up. Because fuel price and an increase in it, everything goes up. When TNTech come and increase, they're 63 to 68%. When they increase that, you think the groceries in the grocery gonna remain the same? No. When he froze an apartment, the midsection, the grocery owner, getting a higher bill of electricity. So what's going to happen? The produce or the product that he has in a freezer, that will go up. All of it is joke? Boy, let me tell you something. We heading for one crash in this country, yeah? Take what I'm telling you. And then Wasa is going to follow by. Wasa is going to follow by. So when Wasa carry up their bill, right? When Wasa carry up their bill, how much you think a bottled water will sell for now? You think you would be able to buy water on the streets now? No. You have to fill your water from home and walk with it. But nevertheless, Rowley stated that globally, persons are dealing with the rising cost of living, and he added that the government subsidized utilities. Nothing that there are too many parts of the world where this is not done. Listen to our Prime Minister.
They're virtually, I don't know, given where we are as part of the international economy, because Trinidad and Tobago is part of the international economy, I don't know of very many examples where there are low costs of living. Very few. They exist here and there. But the period in which we live and the interconnectivity and interdependence, costs are transferred. You know. Much of the cost of living pressure in Trinidad and Tobago is food costs, because government subsidizes utilities. Because you can imagine if government didn't subsidize utilities, what it would have been if you had to pay the real price for water, for electricity, pay a toll on the road. And there are people who face all those things with no subsidy.
You know what I love about this Prime Minister? They're always talking about it is not being done in other parts of the world. I have no clue that the government of Trinidad and Tobago have to fix other countries. They always love to quote what we are doing, no other countries are doing. For God in heaven's sake, they are citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I cannot believe all this education I have, but there's still some duncy dodo head. Some duncy dodo head. You are the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. See about Trinidad and Tobago. Make Trinidad and Tobago better. Mayor Motley, she does betterment for her country. She cut the gas price for her country. Guyana cut the gas price for their country. The dumb cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago, the illiterate clowns and them that sit down there every day, they increase the gas price for the citizens of our country. So when they hear these clowns and them come on television and they want to tell us, oh, what we doing in our country, no other country are doing it. Why the hell you don't watch the roads in other country? Why the hell you don't watch the security in other countries? Why you don't watch your hospitals in other countries? Why you don't look at the water system in other countries and try to implement something better in Trinidad and Tobago? Prime Minister, let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. I always say, I don't bash PNM and UNC, you know. I hold them responsible. You know why? They are seated in the office. They put up themselves as a candidate to serve the country, to serve the community, to try to get things done, to better the constituencies. And you want to tell me about, oh, I'm fixing your road, you know. But you know, in Guyana, I had no nice road. Guyana is for the Guyanese. So when you want to come on television and you want to keep a media briefing, make sure it having to do with Trinidad and what you're going to do with Trinidad in not 40 years from now, but months from now. Trinidad got blackout the other day. Let me tell you something. South Hospital shut down. The Minister of Public Utilities come and say nothing more that. Okay, let's talk now. The PM said the main driver of TNT inflation was food importation. So here it is. The Prime Minister, he understands that inflation is caused by importation of fuels. What does the Agriculture Ministry in Trinidad and Tobago have to bring down the level of inflations for imported food? They have absolutely nothing in place. Nothing. We don't hear from the Agriculture Minister. Dr. Oli added that lots of imported food has to be paid for with foreign currency, and the environment where there is shortage or slow availability of foreign currency, there are upward pressure in prices. Listen to our PM.
Our main driver of inflation is food. So, because so much of our food is imported, and even when we produce local food, the enthusiasm to consume it is not there. So we're trying to encourage that. You see the government's work in the Ministry of Health fighting non-communicable diseases. That fight encourages people to eat local and eat fresh foods as against processed foods. But we eat a lot of processed foods. A lot of the inputs or the food itself is imported and have to be paid for with foreign currency. And in an environment where there's some element of shortage or slow availability of foreign currency, there are upward pressures on prices.
So Trinidad and Tobago, I want a little pay close attention to what I am about to say. The PM, he also noted that during the pandemic, the government borrowed $3 billion to pay VAT refund and admitted that the collection system for VAT was not efficient. Colin and Booth came and extended the payment for VAT, your BIR, your NIS, your health surcharge, all these things. Colin and Booth removed the penalty and extended the time to pay. I believe it was last year, Colin and Booth come out and said they have made twice or 3 times the amount of money that they were expected to get. So when you hear they come out and say they borrowed $3 million, Colin and Booth said they got double the amount that was expected. Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. The government of Trinidad and Tobago presently wants to take Saieed Ali for a Jack ASS. But I want to tell you something. I didn't come to deafen all you. I didn't come to blind all you. I didn't come to put a zip over your mouth or a muzzle. I come to educate you. I come to unzip the zip on your mouth. I come to make sure you're hearing, and I'm here to make sure you're seeing. Illa anta bakir rahama suda illa anta. Without a leader, the people shall perish. And the good book says so. And the good book says so. You know, my director say amen. If you do not have a leader, if you do not have a vision, my people will perish. So when Colin and Booth come and he tell me, oh Saeed, you know we doubled the amount and we tripled the amount that we was expected, and now the Prime Minister come to tell me, you know we borrowed $3 billion. So the amount Colin was talking about, was that a Nancy story? Was that a Nancy story? Or was that something to show the people of Trinidad and Tobago, or of course from the real issue? Ila anta kirahama zunduruko bala illa. If I don't have a vision, my people will perish. If I don't have a leader, they will be wandering in wilderness. I feel like a preacher tonight, boy. Oh, let's talk now Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, let's say something. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Okay, I'm calling from Tunapuna.
Welcome to Napuna.
Nice. Let me tell you something. You see, there's a difference with government and those who want power.
Correct. Well said.
This is what PNM is about, power, not about governance. And I'll tell you why I say that. There was an issue in Jamaica where the banks wanted to implement certain things and whatnot that was putting pressure on the population. And the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, called on the bank and said, hey, stop that damn nonsense. Because all you have to do things in the interest of the population.
Correct.
And not doing it to benefit all you. Right? Here it is. Republic Bank is doing what they want. I'll tell you something. Remember when the Prime Minister made this statement? You have to make the rich get richer and whatnot, Saeed? In other words, what he's telling you, the financiers of the PNM, who call the shots, the 1%, they get all the foreign exchange, they could do what they want, they could cut back on your credit card allowances and whatnot, and nobody, not even the governor of the central bank or anybody, have the goal to call on them and tell them this nonsense they're doing and to stop it.
Stop, that's all?
Huh?
That the finance minister had to call central bank and tell them cut out that nonsense.
Well, Saeed, let me finish. Tell you why I say that.
We're running out of time.
You have the governor of the central bank, the minister of finance, and the prime minister keep lying to the population in terms of the state of the economy. But let me wrap up here now. I want to tell all you something. When power is concerned, when Kamla Prasad-Bissessa was the prime minister, she said the state resources belong to the people. This is why she was given all these allowances.
Correct.
This is why she settled wage negotiation. She built schools, roads, health centers, and all this kind of thing. For Keith Rowley to come and tell people, we know of the government, and they cannot afford it. And you know what was the most doted statement?
My friend, we had a cut today. We run out of time.
He said what?
Thank you, my friend. Hope you get through tomorrow night to continue the discussion. So, viewers, like I said, I have a house in Homeland Garden in Conopia, a very beautiful 2-story house. Very, very beautiful. If you're single and you're looking for a house for yourself, 339-1670. Contact me, set up a viewing. You know, when you're bachelor, you just want a little nice room with a little jacuzzi in it. You know what I mean? To bring in your little birdie now, you know? But then again, if you're married, you know getting married or you're now married, it's the perfect house for a couple to settle in. The perfect house. And look at a nice jacuzzi to shower in. You know, when I come home from late, a little glass of wine, you sit down in the jacuzzi, a little nice soft music playing. You could even put on a little dim lights. And you're nice, you're good to go and just relax back. So viewers, it is in Homeland Garden. We have a nice kitchen, nice counter top. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. The entrance of in the house alone, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. So viewers, you want to view the house, not a problem. Contact me, 339-1670. And you can see the house. So viewers, until we meet again, good night.